June 13th, run for 10 weeks. Morning and afternoon sessions for kids ages 12 to 18. The cost for the entire 10 weeks is only $25, and it should be an awful lot of fun. We have an awful lot of fun on Monday Night Show. Here's what you're going to see.
Next week on Evening, Davy Jones of the original Monkees tells why he's still an idol for millions. Michael Caine takes a crack at Jack... Tonight on Evening, former teen heartthrob Davy Jones never gave up on the Monkees. Find out why he's reliving the past every day as the #1 Monkee. Then, Oprah Winfrey. Now, here's Donna Hamilton.
We're glad you could join us tonight for a Memorial Day show that not only looks good, it also smells good right here at the Cross Street Market. At least it smells good to me. You're going to have to use your imagination a little bit. My partner, Steve Avison, is on assignment tonight. Have you noticed recently it seems that we're being invaded by the Monkees? I'm sure a lot of you remember that crazy rock group from back in the 60s who actually started as a television show. And if you remember the Monkees, you probably remember their lead singer, Davy Jones. Well, Davy's back, and he is as cute as ever.
Hello, it's me.
Here we come, walking down the street.
If you've taken the last train to Clarksville or consider yourself a daydream believer, then hey, you're probably one of millions of Monkee fans. To TV and music lovers in the 60s and now again in the 80s, the Monkees mean catchy music, silly skits, and good vibes. But according to teen heartthrob Davy Jones, the Monkees were treated like a bunch of caged apes.
We were basically told an outline of what not to say and what to say. The 60s was a time of Woodstock and flower power and, you know, Hare Krishna and waterbeds and brown rice. But we weren't basically allowed to be part of any of that.
All right, why'd you do it? Where were you at 10 p.m., December 3rd, 1956?
When the Monkees hit in the mid-60s, they hit big, earning millions of dollars in sales from their records, the TV show, and product licensing. For his efforts in the program, Davy earned a measly salary, and other income from the group didn't add up to bananas.
It was quite unfair. We made $450 a week each, and we gained a lot of experience from doing the show, but we weren't well paid.
I'm not your stepping stone.
The Monkees provided exposure for Davy that he could never have gotten anywhere else, and the group was, after all, a TV creation.
The Monkees were a musical comedy act. So we weren't musicians and we weren't comedians or songwriters or TV personalities. We were all those things.
The Monkees recorded songs by the likes of Neil Diamond, Carole King, and Harry Nilsson. Very little of the Monkees' music was their own. The studio manipulated the group, running the Monkees' lives like an organ grinder.
You've got to trust somebody. You've got to have good management. You've got to have a good agent. And we never had any of that. The studio did all our booking and did everything for us. And they were illegally. They shouldn't have done that.
Davy Jones in our studio this afternoon, live and in person. That was the first million seller for the Monkees, wasn't it? Last Train to Clarksville?
Yes, it was. It was our first release.
Nowadays, Davy is on his own, out from the tight-fisted grip of the studios. Davy's on a nationwide tour to promote his new book, They Made a Monkee Out of Me.
Can I get your autograph?
Sure.
In it, Davy talks about the incredible roller coaster ride of success he took with the Monkees and the crushing insecurities he suffered when the record stopped selling and the show was canceled.
Oh, yes. I mean, even now. I mean, I know I have failings. Professionally, that's what a career is all about.
But if the Monkees went ice cold in the 60s, then 1986 was the big thaw, as Monkee Mania once again swept the nation.
You've got to be over 40 to be in rock and roll these days. It looks like it to me. You know, I mean, I was voted the cutest guy on Nickelodeon last year, so, hey, I can't be doing too bad.
With the new album, a Monkees World Reunion Tour, the old album's climbing the charts and the TV series popular as ever in reruns, Davy's career received a much-hoped-for boost. It also brought back some memories for Davy that might surprise some Monkees fans.
Hey, I got high with the Beatles, you know. You know, I smoked grass with the Beatles, but they would never say, hey, and And Davy Jones smokes too, you know. You know, but that was the times.
After the Monkees went off the air, Davy went off to the races, escaping back to his first love, horses. He was originally going to be a jockey before he was sidetracked by show business.
It's the competitive part of it that I like. It's nothing to do with having a face that the girls like, or being a singer or being a dancer. It's something between animal and man.
For Davy, horses represent the only escape from a rocky career that makes no promises.
This is not a joke with me, the horses. It's not some fancy. It's not because I've got some money I can own horses, and because I figure, oh, I can do it. It's something that's inside. And it's something I know I've got to do. Here we come. The Monkees were not forgotten. People were coming up to me all the time. And it was as if it was still happening. It's never been out. It might have been out of sight, but it hasn't been out of mind.
Hey, we're the Monkees.
The Monkees, 12 albums, 56 shows, and 23 years later, are still evolving. And for Davy Jones, the path to success has been strewn with a few regrets, a couple of show business knocks, and plenty of fond memories.
If I had to do it all over again, I'd stop a few more times to smell the roses, you know. The Monkees were a tremendous success in the 60s, and in the 80s, they seem to be as strong as ever, and I'm really happy, very lucky, very fortunate. I owe it to, obviously, the fans who have supported us, you know, and a lot of good luck.
We're just trying to be friendly.
Now that Davy's book is doing so well, he is about to fulfill a dream, to act again in the musical Oliver. That was the play that launched his career some 20 years ago. And even though he speaks quite fondly of the days when the Monkees were the latest sensation, I think it is certainly to his credit that he never let it go to his head.
Away, evening will be right back.
Oh, yeah.